since it's a clay surface, it is difficult for Djokovic to get past his opponent, and just because it's slower. So like usual, where Djokovic absolutely controls the point and tries to finish it whenever the opportunity comes. At clay, there is always one or two extra shots that are needed. Hi, welcome to the new episode of Tennis Bytes, and which will be our penultimate episode of French Open 2023. What a tournament we have had. Novak Djokovic won against Alcaraz quite comfortably, and Casper Ruud is again the finalist. So wonderful build-up, wonderful match to look forward to. So Aadish, any surprises?
I don't want to brag, but I had told you that Djokovic is going to defeat Alcaraz. See, with Djokovic, it's almost impossible if you're not, somebody really special like Nadal to defeat him in such a match where the stakes are so high. So I think it's no surprise actually that Djokovic has reached the finals. On the other hand, Casper Ruud I think is sort of a surprise entrant for most of us. Not a lot of people really believed that Casper Ruud could make it to the finals, although he is also the finalist here last year. So what do you think about this blockbuster final that we have scheduled?
Today, my feeling really aligns with you and everybody else. I think it will be a one-way street. Djokovic will emerge victorious and will win his 23rd Grand Slam. What an achievement that would be. But having said that, Ruud has played the final last year, and I am sure the loss to Nadal might have accelerated his learning, because especially the losses really help you learn fast. So I am very, very excited to see what really Ruud brings to the table now that the expectation is heavily aligned with Djokovic and Ruud is virtually pressure free.
Alright, so I think now we'll just get down to the road to finals for both our finalists, Novak Djokovic and Casper Ruud.
Well, this is what the road to final looks like for Djokovic and Casper Ruud. A flip here and there, but a smooth ride for Djokovic. On the other hand, Casper Ruud faced a lot of challenges which he was not really favourite to win. What do you think about this?
Looking at this road to final, I think Djokovic has had a really tough test, especially in the semi-final with Carlos Alcaraz. I'm pretty sure all eyes were on this match. But apart from that, if we skip a few matches here and there, I think the only match that really challenged Djokovic was the quarterfinals against Khachanov. On the other hand, if we talk about Casper Ruud, he actually did have a lot of difficult matches and he has got through a lot of them, but none of the magnitude of, say, Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic. So what do you think Casper Ruud will be aiming for, or what do you think will be in Casper Ruud's mind? Because he will be facing his biggest challenge on Sunday when he plays Novak Djokovic in the final, whereas Djokovic has sort of had a, we could say, tougher test than what he will be facing against Casper Ruud.
I absolutely like the point you're making, that Djokovic has already faced a tougher test while Casper Ruud is about to face the toughest test of Roland Garros 2023. And it makes me think, I was really fascinated and I was thinking what Ruud's coach might really be telling him. I think there are three things that come at the top of my mind. First is lateral movement, second is drop shots, and third is transition play. So I think Ruud's coach will encourage him to ensure that he makes Djokovic move. So from side to side, essentially opening up the court a little bit, and thus it's possible that Ruud can take advantage. The second part around drop shots, if Ruud is able to execute the drop shots well, then I think, as we saw yesterday, at some points Djokovic may be vulnerable, and if Ruud is able to stretch Djokovic in both the movements, so lateral movement as well as the forward-backward movement, there are some openings which can be exploited. And finally, the transition play, which I think is the most important point, because since it's a clay surface, it is difficult for Djokovic to get past his opponent, and just because it's slower. So like usual, where Djokovic absolutely controls the point and tries to finish it whenever the opportunity comes. At clay, there is always one or two extra shots that are needed, which means red will always be in play and red will always have a chance to really make the returns as well as win the point potentially. So, as I said, lateral movement, drop shot and transition play. These are the three strategies that Ruud's coach will try to tell him. Obviously, I have to highlight that what is in the mind is totally different from what is being executed. So these are two different things, very difficult to execute, especially against Djokovic. And again, the second point is the weaknesses or vulnerabilities which we are trying to discuss are very relative in nature, which means if Ruud is not able to really impose himself on Djokovic, then even though these vulnerabilities exist, I am sure he will not be able to exploit those.
And finally, it's prediction time. So what do you think is going to happen on Sunday? Will it be Grand Slam number 23 for Novak Djokovic, or will Casper Ruud win his maiden Grand Slam?
So despite all the things that I'm saying, today I am going with Djokovic to win, and that too 3-6 And of course, I know your prediction, but just a formality. What do you want to say about the final in terms of prediction?
See, I of course think that Novak Djokovic is going to win. I have supported Novak Djokovic throughout the tournament, and I was even rooting for him, or I had predicted that he is going to win even against Alcaraz. So I think when it comes to the match against Casper Ruud, my prediction is going to be a bit straightforward. Alright guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed listening to our podcast, and if you really did enjoy our podcast, please hit the like button, and if you are a tennis fan in any capacity, do subscribe to our channel Tennis Bytes. We analyze, we bring you lots of stuff from the world of tennis. Thank you so much.